Hello friend, welcome back to my channel, The Nature and the Wild. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic in terms of wildlife photography. I got a couple of questions every day like how I shoot my videos in the cinematics mode, especially using the Canon R7. So all my viewers who have been watching me for a long time, you guys know I'm a Canon user. And recently I've been using Canon R7 of Canon Rf 100 and 500 mm. So when I started using this camera and I wanted to set up my video mode and video settings on this camera, I encountered a very weird problem. What happened basically, and that was also a question for many people on my channel, and when I search on the Google, I never find the exact answers. So when they want to set their camera and go to the picture and video mode like movie recording, and they wanted to change this to 4K or fine high definitions, but we have more settings in the video like 4K crop mode and 4K fine mode, but we don't find it. As you can see on my screen, I don't have 4K fine and 4K crop mode, and honestly that's drive me very crazy. So I tried to search on internet, I tried to search every forum, I couldn't find a right answer. Somebody says put your camera in the manual mode or the AV mode or TV mode, not on the automatic mode, and then you will have this all the options appear. But somehow after doing everything, these options were just missing. So after a little bit more search and more play around with the camera, I find out how we're gonna get those missing options. So stay tuned with me. First, I'm going to tell you the settings I use on my camera to take cinematics video, and then I will address this issue, and hopefully many of you will be benefit from that. Okay, so first thing first, when you turn on your camera on the R7, you have a menu button here. Once you press the menu button, let me adjust the focus a little bit on the cam. Yeah, so once you adjust the menu, the first option was the camera menu, you see here. So on the camera menu, you need to go number 10, the last sub options, and which will give you the video size. But if you directly go here and check all your options here, the video mode, how many frames you want, and what will be the standards. So let's set it up step by step. So guys, what I do basically, I set up my camera to use 4K fine mode, and in the 4K fine mode I get the nice and crispy image acceptable on most of the platforms, and that is also the standard photography mode. So you set your camera on the 4K fine, and if you go to the next option is the frame rate, how many frames you want. So the standard is 25 frame. You can also shoot in the 50 frame, but 4K, we are talking about the cinematics bird videos, you go to the 25 frame. And once you choose the 25 frame, we have to choose the standards. There are only two standards, IPB and IPB light. So I choose the IPB. Once you set these options up, you click on OK. You go to the next option. There we don't need to do much settings, as the speeds and all, we don't need to change those things. Very important is the white balance. So this is something we need to little bit understand what is the white balance. Like I'm in this room, I'm shooting out, and this white light which is 52 Kelvin for me, and it's just dropping on me. So if you in the outside in the forest, according to the scenario, you can set up this light situation, and that will play a definite role into your video. Because if you put it on the auto white balance, then the camera will still hunting for the most brighter side and most darker side, and then try to balance it, and that will take a lot of time and put pressures on your camera. So according to your sign, choose most of the time what I do, if the light is very good, I put it on the daylight. Once you've done that, You don't need to change any settings here on the custom white balance. No corrections. You need to set these Canon lock settings, which is very important. So Canon lock settings give you more opportunity to do things with your video. You can edit it more. You can play with the brightness, the contrast, the sharpness, the more color grids, so you can do more color grading on your pictures. And I will strongly suggest, when you are shooting on the cinematics with the Canon R7, try to use the C-Log settings. And when you go to the C-Log, you can see my camera is already set up on these options. You just put it on the on, and when you on, select the C-Log, it's okay. Then characteristic, leave it to default. And the color space, normally it is on 709, which is your camera automatically decide. But if you go to the cinema mode, and the cinema mode is basically again gives you flexibility to edit and color grading your videos, but it's a little bit difficult and tricky. So by using the right software on your computer, you can easily color grade them. Okay, so once we are done with these setups, there is nothing else you need to do on this. Let's keep everything on the default. One thing very important, the zebra shootings. So turn it on, the zebra shootings. And what the zebra shootings will do, when you are trying to capture the video, it will show the zebra pattern on the screen, and then with the exposure you can control. And if you see the zebra patterns, we will talk a little bit later in this video. And if you see the zebra pattern going away, that means your video is properly exposed. And this is very helpful tip during the wildlife when you have encountering different kind of light scenarios. So I always try to keep it on. And once that is done, I go to my histogram. I try to put the histogram on the screen. I put the brightness, and display is the large. So guys, these are the basic settings. Rest you don't need to do anything on your camera. Autofocus, I put on the movie servo. Autofocus area, spot, or sometime if your subject is in a bigger area and you want to cover more, you can use one of these zones. So I always toggle between zone 3 and spot autofocus according to my need. It's very needed. Put the subject tracking on, so during the video mode your camera can still track the subject. And subject detect to animal, eye detection on, simple, and track the subject. So these options will help you to control all the videos while you are shooting. This is how I set up my camera. So please put your camera settings on that, especially on the Canon users. Go out, capture some videos, and see how it's perform for you. Now the next option is the issue. Why we don't have 4K fine mode when we try to set up. So let's go back to the video option, and I come to the movie record size. Again, you see I have only 4K and FHDs are enabled, but there is no 4K fine. So when I search on the Google, I couldn't find anything. So I'm giving you the small trick. On your camera R7, especially on R7, you have a video mode here. So unless until you switch to your video mode, you are not going to see these options around. Now you have 4K fine, 4K, 4K crop, and FHD, and you can set it up as you want. So 4K fine is the largest quality, nice video. 4K will be the little bit lighter quality, give the smaller size of video. 4K crop, it will be the crop mode, 1.6 factor of the camera, and then you have the fine high definitions. That's 1080p. So guys, I hope this video helped you to understand to set up your camera, how you're going to set it up and use it next time in your wildlife journey, and also answer your questions why I don't have the 4K fine and crop mode, why it is missing on my camera settings. So thanks a lot for staying with me, and like and subscribe my channel, and I will try to get back to you with more nice videos and tricks.